your South County Braves.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. I'm Collin Smith, joined alongside David Lewis for today's game between your Giants and the South County Braves. David, the Giants are coming off a win, the second leg of yesterday's doubleheader. What can they do to get back-to-back wins tonight?
Well, the thing that they're going to have to do here in South County is utilize the long ball, which has been prevalent in 2 of the last 3 games for Gaithersburg. Last night it was Danny Orr who's in the on-deck circle with the long ball, but then in Olney the other night it was Joey Nicholson, who's batting later in the lineup, who hopes to come around here in this first inning. Because we've talked about how the big inning is troublesome for Gaithersburg, but how can they utilize the big inning to make trouble for their opponent tonight, the Metro South County Braves?
Certainly trying to get big innings of their own. We have a bit of a short porch here in South County, only 318 to the pole, so if the Giants can get the bat behind the ball, we could see some runs score. Starting on the mound for South County is Kendall Cassidy, and the first batter for your Giants is Brady Powell.
Kendall Cassidy making his 3rd start, 4th appearance overall for the Braves. 14 innings pitched this summer, giving up 18 hits, 9 runs, all of them earned, and 5 walks to 3 strikeouts. So 3 strikeouts in 14 innings pitched, very much not going to look for the punch-out necessarily. And they'll throw it down here to get it started.
So Brady Powell's leading off tonight. We saw him, he had 3 steals through 3 innings last night, so when he gets on base, he's certainly a dangerous force.
Yeah, we've certainly seen the aggression on the base paths in more recent days for Gaithersburg.
As we get set here, it's Cassidy on the mound to begin tonight's game. Cassidy catches Powell swinging on the first one. It's Diachara behind the plate catching for the Braves. So early 0-1 count. Powell gets his bat behind this one. It's going to get past Kohlmeyer at second base, and just like that, Brady Powell finds himself as the first base runner after the second pitch seen tonight here in South County.
Yeah, Powell didn't even give me a chance to bring it up, but just in the last 7 days, Brady Powell is batting .368, and his on-base percentage now above .500, as he once again gets another leadoff single.
Great way to start the game today, boys.
As you can maybe hear Zach White there, he's excited. This game's started off. Brady Powell took off with that base hit. They're not going to try to turn the double play. So with that, Danny Orr gets out, but Brady Powell, the aggressive base runner, finds himself in scoring position.
Stepping up to the plate.
So now Andrew Holub, the DH, is headed to the batter's box. Danny Orr wasn't too happy with the outcome of that, but we do see Powell advance. Holub, the DH. Recent addition to this Giant squad is a returner from last season. Watches ball one. Cassidy checks the sneaky Powell before getting set. Cassidy continues to check. Now winds up, delivers this to the glove of Diachara for ball two.
I think on the ground out of Danny Orr, Powell took off on the pitch, attempting to get yet another steal.
So taking off probably helped him avoid a possible double play opportunity. So again, the smart base running pays off.
Well, my further point was I think that's why Cassidy is just given so much attention to Powell, as he immediately shows the aggression.
Cassidy checks. Powell on second base now delivers, and that's the first strike of the at-bat. Fights off the 3-0 count as Holub stays in the box. Now Cassidy delivers. That's a swinging foul ball from Holub. It lands over in the parking lot. Hear the sound of concrete.
Made sure to park further in my second trip to South County this season.
This is my first trip. I checked where the field was, and hopefully I'm at the safe distance. It's a full count for Holub as Cassidy's checking Powell on second. And there, Holub watches to the dismay of the Braves. It's a ball, and Holub heads to first base.
Stepping up to the plate for the Giants, the junior from Mount St. Mary's, number 50, Bryce Rudisil.
So Bryce Rudisil now up to bat. He's working with one out, David. He's got two base runners. Cassidy checks Powell as he has at every at-bat. Now delivers a strike. Puts that one in the bottom of the zone.
Rudisil's batting .308 in his last 7 days here in the Cal Ripken League. Another hot bat in this lineup.
He gets his bat behind that one. He's driving it into center field. Under it is Gomez. He makes the grab. Powell pretends like he's going to tag up. Votes against it, though, as there was a quick throw. So base runners stay where they're at.
The Giants, sophomore from Louisiana Monroe, number 41, Zach White.
Zach White, the catcher out of ULM, steps up to the plate. Giants hope that he has a solid night behind the dish. He is the current only catcher here right now, and he's excited about that.
Yeah, due to the injury to Jacob Bunch, who's day-to-day,
First pitch was into the dirt from Cassidy, handled well by Diachara.
Bunch had a double in game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader, and when he was running from first to second, appeared to sustain some sort of an injury.
That one goes over Diachara. It is into the plate. Did that hit Zach White?
Yeah, I believe it hit right pretty much on top of the foot.
I
Zach
thought
White.
it was the plate. You caught the view of the foot. I was a little confused, but now bases are loaded.
31. Brady Luis Weiss.
So Brady Powell can't add to his stolen bases record. He's just been getting there.
Well, no
on
one's
his own.
stolen home yet, so maybe Brady Powell can change that. You never know.
This one's off the bat of Brady Ruiz Weiss. It's deep. Gomez is running under it. Never mind, it's Aldman who makes the catch to secure the third out. And with bases loaded, the Giants leave all the base runners out there. But the offense was showing for the Giants. Certainly not what you want to see leaving bases loaded, but a positive inning nonetheless.
Yeah, single walk and a hit by pitch loaded the bases, and Ruiz Weiss hit that one 323, but to the opposite field, so maybe pulling that baseball could have been a different story.
So just like that, we're going to take a break as the Giants prepare for the bottom of the second inning here on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Or what were you going to check?
He's throwing down.
Okay, yeah. Back here on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Starting on the mound for the Giants is Ethan Bell. We saw him yesterday in the doubleheader, but he comes out ready to pitch on back-to-backs.
Well, Bell, I'm not exactly sure how many pitches he had yesterday in the 1 2/3 innings pitched, but he did just give up 3 hits across those nearly 2 innings of work and didn't let up any runs. So it was an effective outing for Bell, who now finds himself plugged into this game back-to-back days.
Well, he delivers a first pitch strike to Grube, the shortstop out of Mount St. Mary's. He's able to watch ball 1 there, so 1-1 count. Mentioned earlier, it's Zach White behind the dish for the Giants. Swing and a miss there from Grube.
Pre-game, Zach told us to keep our setup in close proximity to the case that it travels in case of rain, but for the moment it's holding out and dissipating just before it gets here to Lorton, Virginia.
It's a high ball from Bell there, handled well by White. It's 2-2. Bell sets, delivers this one to Grube. Count is now full. Grube takes himself out of the batter's box and now steps back in. Bell delivers. It's a swing off the bat of Grube. It's right to Maxey, who delivers it to Bryce Rudisil on first base for the first out. Good catch and throw from Ryan Maxey out on short tonight.
And I'm not sure if the mic picked that up, but Groob, as he's coming back to his dugout, passed by his first base coach and said, "I knew it was coming, but I still couldn't hit it," as he grounds out for the first out in the bottom of the first.
So Bell stuff working so far on the back-to-back. That's ball one for J.W. Kohlmeyer. Bell sent this one high. It's 2-0. Kohlmeyer staying patient in the box. Kohlmeyer gets his bat behind that one. It's over the head of Bryce Rudisil, so it's going to go past him. Kohlmeyer reaches first. Clipped the glove of Rudisil as he tried to make a jumping effort to get the out, but good backup from Cantiliano to make sure it didn't go any further.
Number 1, Franklin Gomez, Jr.
Rudisil at 6 foot was trying to do his best little bunny hop straight vertical to try and catch that in the webbing, but just tips off the side.
Franklin Gomez out of FDU now in the third position. That was a bounced ball by Bell. He also fell down on the delivery. It was handled well by White. So no further advancement from Kohlmeyer. Now White and Bell take a second to talk it over. The ump's also going to check with Ethan Bell after the fall.
Was talking to Alex Angelidis' dad pregame about this field. Specifically, he mentioned that the mound and home plate aren't necessarily in line with one another.
And there's a strike delivered. Bell finding recovery after the last fall. Yeah, you were talking about this field. It's kind of interesting. It's an all-grass infield. You don't see that very often. Behind the bat of Gomez there, he sends it up the line. It goes foul before anybody gets anywhere.
I will say, though, the infield being all grass, you can definitely tell that the infield is nowhere close to completely flat.
Certainly you can see every minor bump and detail of the infield. Plays to the Braves' advantage if they know where to put a ground ball, though. I'm sure a lot of them can get eaten up. So there's 2-2 count now. Bell still facing Gomez. Kohlmeyer out on second. Kohlmeyer takes a little bit of a jump but hasn't gone towards second yet. Gomez watches a high one, but it's a punch out from the umpire. He leaned back. It's a strike nonetheless. Isn't happy about it. Neither is the Braves dugout. With the Giants take what they can get. So there's the first punch out from Bell.
I mean, Bell will absolutely take that. It definitely looked above the belt to me, but
I'm not going to say where that placed on our track, man. But it was a called strike, so we go with that. White drops this pitch, advancing base from Kohlmeyer. As the ump calls it is how this game's always played. As there's a base runner on second now, it's Kohlmeyer. Behind the bat of Diarra now, it's into the gap in left field. With that, Kohlmeyer's going to score. Diarra is going to round to second. And just like that, the Braves are up 1-0. So we talked about it's a short distance to the poles, but it's 360 to center field, a little bit deeper than the Giants' home field, and Diarra able to find the gap.
Well, DiChiara finding the gap, as you said, that the Giants were unable to find in the top of the first. That ball traveling 100 feet short of the outfield fence. Pretty much in line with that left center 360 sign, and it landed 268.
Bell's got 2 outs. He's got a guy on second first. This is a grounder to Ruta, so he's going to flip it back to Bell, who's going to get the force out to end the inning. Blood was drawn, though. The Braves score the first run here in South County. Stay tuned as the Giants head back to the plate on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. We're back here. It's the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. We're at South County High School, home of the Stallions, but for the summer it's home of the Braves as they take a 1-0 lead here after the first inning. Kendall Cassidy remains on the mound for South County. First batter he'll face is Michael Quintiliano.
Quintiliano batting .375 across his last 2 games played.
Puts this one into left field. Aldman is under it, and he makes the routine out. Number 1 for the Braves. Quintiliano is going to be followed by Joey Nicholson, right fielder.
Nicholson had the home run in only a couple nights ago, and then had the almost home run yesterday that we witnessed. He thought it was gone in Gaithersburg, but the polls there are 350.
He watches strike 1. Yeah, he rounded first, hoping it was going to be a home run. Luckily picked up enough speed to turn it into a double, which is most likely what it would have been. Would have been a close play at third. Cassidy throws this one into the dirt. Joey gets a swing on this one. It's right to Grube at short. Delivered across to Frankenzeco. And that is the second out for the Braves. So 2 batters, 2 outs for the Giants. A bit different from what we saw in the first inning. So we head to the bottom of the order. Number 13, Ryan Maxey, the shortstop. He watches strike 1 from Cassidy. Gets his bat behind this one. It's into right field. Running under it was McEthelin that got the final out. So 3 batters faced for Cassidy. 3 outs for the Giants as they'll head back out, play some defense for the bottom of the second inning. Back here at South County High School, the Braves lead the Giants 1-0, and the Braves head to bat Nick Frankenzenko, the first one up. On first base tonight, Towson product watches ball one. It's still Bell on the mound for Gaithersburg. Frankenzenko gets his bat behind this one. It goes right up the first base line. Rudisil picks it up, and instead of the force out on first base, which you normally see, you just tag the base runner.
And good job by Rudisil putting two hands on the glove. Sometimes when you put just one hand on the glove and you try to apply the tag, the ball can come out, but Rudisil making sure that he gives a little push there to Frankenzenko, who is retired back to his dugout.
Trent Edelman, the left fielder. VCU Ram now up to bat. Swings and misses on the first one. Got a piece of it, but strike it nonetheless. Now he watches strike two from Bell. Edelman finds himself in the 0-2 after the tag out on Frankenzenko last at bat. Now Bell waits, delivers, puts it into the back of Edelman. And David, that's a hard sight to see. You find yourself in an 0-2 count, and with one pitch, Edelman takes himself to first base.
Yeah, let him get away. 74 right in the side of the rot. Does not feel good.
Be an income. Then he gets the Edelman with
by Joey Nicholson first.
Third out to escape the first ball of this. Is the one out on first. Bottom of the order for the Braves. The at bat. Alden gets ready off his bat. Ready off his bat. Right side of the field, and will be up to bat when we. Right side of the field, and will be up to bat when we. As we head to the third, Gaithersburg going through to repeat that. He got it's called strike by the ump. It's still Cassidy. Ready to deliver to Cassidy. There. Had a home run last night. He gets his bat. Gruba. The designated day for the Giants finds himself. The dismay of the designated day for the Giants finds himself. The dismay of rejected. Not happy so far with close to the. Not happy so far with close to the. Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Defensive efforts. Bell.
Like I had hoped.
Clips first base. Heads to from Maxey.
Pretty much just lofted.
There's this, but he's gonna watch it go up first. Cheerful after that. And one being called is it. There's strike two. One being called is it. There's strike two. Bar foul over to DCR has his bat foul over to DCR has his bat. Charlie Magulak. Ball 1-2. Charlie Magulak. Ball 1-2. It's scored two.
In that game.
Count is where the box gonna rest the
in that game.
Count is where the box gonna rest the designated hitter. And into the box working on it was overcast hitter. And into the box working on. It was overcast for months.
Casey Gibbs, the sun coming back out. Casey Gibbs, the sun coming back out.
David and I certainly 3-2.
Casey Gibbs, the sun coming back out.
David and I certainly 3-2. 3-0 count. David and I certainly 3-2. 3-0 counts. He delivered. He can. So 3-0 counts. He delivered. He can. So he can. So it was ball 4. It was ball 4 and take second the whole infield and take second the whole infield.
1 2/3 giving up.
Take second the whole infield.
1 2/3 giving up. 1 2/3 giving up. Sees across the board and have pretty much free.
We'll always look for the month now. It's crazy to think. We'll always look for the month now. It's crazy to think. Having fun in the summer. Having fun in the summer. Looking for a throw. It's deep for a throw. It's deep into center. Will score. Left out into center. Will score. Left out on 2. Connor Dor.
Tough
on 2. Connor Dor.
Tough catch tripped himself up as
They ask the first kid. 0-1. This one low for. They ask the first kid. 0-1. This one low for the first. Reese Weiss out there with a lot of ground for the first. Reese Weiss out there with a lot of ground.
In the Cal Ripken League, a game that was at a south.
A lot of rain delays up in 1 to first. For a little bit.
Some 3 of those.
Puts that further.
Hard for any pitch being on the mound for Ethan. Hard for any pitch being on the mound for Ethan Bell.
Ball for number 2. Ball for number 2. It's 2-1. 4 runs. It's 2-1. 4 runs. This. Who sits base. Now deliver. This inning. He's a defenseman for an attempt. Jay Brockway will head. The bullpen is Brockway will head. The bullpen is bound. In the 3rd inning. In the 3rd inning. More out of Towson on
Second or third time.
It's a tough attempted of the way as he is a left
Position.
now. It's a 3. He is a left
Position.
now. It's a 3-0 for South County. Finds him zone. For South County finds him zone. 4 straight. Not necessarily 4 straight. Not necessarily his fault.
6 Braves.
Baseman really his fault.
6 Braves.
Baseman income has the
He'll be in the Coastal Plain.
ball to strike. Meyer sets. Went to the strike. Meyer sets. Went to the parking lot. Cole Meyer sets. Parking lot. Cole Meyer sets. Still low.
Looking for that put-away pitch.
Still low.
Looking for that put-away pitch.
Cole Meyer chitch, but they were quiet.
Looking for that put-away pitch.
Cole Meyer chitch, but they were quiet with the ball coming through. Cole Meyer chitch, but they were quiet with the ball coming through. The base as Cromwell look.
Pitches all low.
Cole Meyer puts his bat behind the look.
Pitches all low.
Cole Meyer puts his bat behind the 5. Network in the last
7 straight Giants.
pitch. Rudisil looking to change as Cassie put that effort earlier in tonight's game. Effort earlier in tonight's game. Good. Good. Cassidy now set alive. Good. Cassidy now set alive.
After that.
Was going up the first base. Out want that ball back. Was going up the first base. Out want that ball back.
Quoting LeBron James. His way.
Rudisil continues. Rudisil sends it
Way.
Rudisil continues. Rudisil sends this one out. Of LeBron a second ago. Innings. Backstop here at Sikar. Power of Zach White at Sikar. Power of Zach White. Batting 205 this pitches. Play. 05 this pitches. Play. Make it base. 3.
Zach White had that.
Make it base. 3.
Zach White had that drop bounce for McEthelin, lay out for it.
Twice up to strategy, 1 out.
Ethelin lay out for it.
Twice up to strategy, 1 out. Before and Kendall Cassidy electing. Ruiz Weiss gets his bat right field.
Got a good chunk of it, and then
Now Quintiliano batting out on first. Zach White takes up. Diaz when the Giants had the bases. Cassidy delivered
8 at bats has
on that one. Group top of. Will that continue? Cast Network for Gaithersburg. Scored 5. First time to.
interesting there.
Now swings. First time to.
Interesting there.
Now swings away. So Gomez. DiChiara.
Out bunch due to leaving Zach White.
Turn a double.
Out bunch due to leaving Zach White.
Turn a double.
Zach White.
Turn a double.
Charlie Magula.
Keep it in the infield.
Charlie Magula.
Keep it in the infield. Cromwell's glove.
Charlie
Magula.
Keep it in the infield. Cromwell's glove.
Charlie Magulik. Before delivering that. Side and it could to get there, not in time. Magulik, the hit could to get there, not in time. Magulik, the hit. Magulik sent in time. Magulik, the hit. Magulik sent this one to Nicholson. Getting
For the handle for Danny.
Getting
For the handle for Danny.
and Tiger. Trying not to let. See if Cromwell can behind it. Behind it right. Interesting there from right.
You see for the rest of the ad.
That will end the fourth. It has network.
You see for the rest of the ad.
That will end the fourth. It has network. Lewis run lead from the Braves these days. David GM Nicholson. GM Nicholson. Time, but GM. Nicholson. Time, but it's return time, but it's return to his 13 Ryan. To his 13 Ryan. From Cassidy. From Cassidy. County not using. From Cassidy. County not using here today so far. County not using here today so far. Here today so far.
Just 2 hits. Not really a
Car.
just 2 hits. Not really a
Couple fly. Catches that fly live. He spend the catches that fly live. He spend the closest, just left. Traffic on the base pass. Looks like slow left. Traffic on the base pass. Looks like slow. Resets. Puts this one. Resets. Puts this one. The third ball left field in the first leg.
that can play between the positions in the same.
Certainly. On that one, they say he talked about his base, put one into play.
And I'm out here in
Popped up quickly to make field right into Gomez. Left out there. Cast Network. Home of joined alongside Dave Dugout. There from Trent.
if the broadcast mic pick have hit off his foot. So broadcast mic pick have hit off his foot. So
Profanity last night. Word said. College players still. They're all blue hen. Word said. College players still. They're all blue hen. It's the first season of gonna say it was punch out from Alex Cromwell in the bottom of the fifth.
but
Alex Cromwell in the bottom of the fifth.
but ran home plate and the
2, 3.
ran home plate and the
2, 3. Put the
Cromwell came in he faced but after
slightly as that brings up the top of the, from Mount St. Mary's. From Mount St. Mary's with the first from Mount St. Mary's with the first the base path for this battle. The wall, he wasn't there. Attempted to take off Steve to the baseball. On run, fifth South County.
So waiting for it.
J.W. Colemeyer.
That he's used to playing.
The Louisiana third out. For Colemeyer, he does do. Too high. Swing and a miss. Bottom of the fifth. 6 when we return. On the Gaithersburg Giant, Andrew Holland, the dead into that lead. He delivers that one out of the zone, unmistakable himself in. 3 swings on this one, got to get to second.
It's off the top hand to third, so
A second to talk it over. The DHR is asking for a
first for me, a bad
DHR is asking for a
first for me, a bad and
will gather. Will gather at the home field.
made a joke about
At the home field.
made a joke about Scout took that to heart.
The umpire confirms it is.
Scout took that to heart.
The umpire confirms it is Wood at South County High School Bryce Unity. Wood at South County High School Bryce Unity for the Giants.
But unfortunately he ordered all
Strike one.
he ordered all
Strike one.
does not have any connect
From Rudisil. The
does not have any connect
from Rudisil. The broken glass sound. Broken glass sound. It's Rudisil. Each set about
you know they
Rudisil. Each set about
you know they have the
only
and that was a first for me with the Giants.
one time counts the same. One time counts the same nonetheless.
For
And they were 0-9 as their. They were 0-9 as their. The wall and Barry's just and a wall and Barry's just and a White finds him. The Giants are on Chara for a second.
Virginia.
White finds him. The Giants are on Chara for a second.
Virginia, the humidity also maybe a couple innings, 2 runners in scoring position.
Science guy with
A couple innings, 2 runners in scoring position.
science guy with pulls back in time. Pulls back in time.
Up to Andrew Hollub.
On third. Here in the top.
To Andrew Hollub.
On third. Here in the top of the squaring for the ball. And this one now, they eventually still too
Tonight.
Tiliano gets
His 3rd game.
so not the fancy to third. So there's it in position to
Ball starting to track. I'm not sure. I mean, they're sticking Alderman do.
Cassidy finds himself with a no stop, trying to add to Cassidy. 1 out away. Wise eye. Not quite in
Are hoping to Cassidy's leash.
himself to the first. The man he'll catch things. Cassidy remained
That's the pitching coach for the Braves.
paid on that one. Said that he's looking for one more out in the top of. Back. So the Braves made a call. To the looking for that third
From the
to Brady. To the looking for that third
from the
to Brady Powell.
4 earned runs.
Powell lift contact, but happy to Gaithersburg.
Earned runs.
Powell lift contact, but happy to Gaithersburg. Giants made a call.
Will face
Contact, but happy to Gaithersburg. Giants made a call.
will face Danny Orr.
Giants made a call.
Will face Danny Orr.
Strike one. He the lineup.
Danny Orr.
Strike one. He the lineup. Is there a tag mid? Strike one. He the lineup. Is there a tag mid? Safe at home. Is there a tag mid? Safe at home. 7 to come back. Safe at home. 7 to come back. 7 to come back. We're back here. It takes the mound. The mound. The Nescacs mass.
All right.
You finally games ago.
That one was.
Nescacs mass.
All right.
You finally games ago.
That one was.
Hoboken, New Jersey, at the plate. Go deep to under it, or it
Of the season, making his
commander in the home games. And one Brady Powell's gonna have to run count. Couple foul.
had a interesting single in
Joey DJ delivered ball 1. Delivering. So he'll toss that. We're sitting the outfield looking
baseline. Outfield kind of
way for ball 1. Check, swing, facing Magula. It's Gomez. Zone to continue.
goes in the on deck circle.
1 set to continue.
Goes in the on deck circle.
1 set. Green down 3-0. Green down 3-0. This one off the bat. He's going to have a chance. This one off the bat. He's going to have a chance. And just a little bit missed
in the Cal Ripken League, but here at 7, he was about
just a little bit missed
in the Cal Ripken League, but here at 7, he was about
Trackman says the base runners in scoring ball to be says the base runners in scoring ball to be put in and a high put in and a high ball out trying to bat a swan and a high ball out trying to bat a swan is ball high ball out trying to bat a swan is ball first. One is ball first. Hibbs didn't count once again. In a day game, most count once again. In a day game, most likely feel
in this at bat.
Tag up two. From Magulik to Rays leads to 2.
To the danger of by tag out happened. To the danger of by tag out happened before.
And Jessamine
Happened before.
and Jessamine on fire. For the Braves, here's Holub. This is going on. It wasn't. Not sure if they're gonna check it.
Smile through his mask. I say Holub at his bat at all.
Back, it was maybe took 1 or 2 steps too.
Between the infield of Alderman
Well,
Gare.
late. It was dropped. A retreat once again to. He or the Giants. He gave a smile.
He of a reaction.
Ruiz Weiss steps
Last time he had
to the second baseman. Ruiz Weiss, not the best throw.
and he immediately get back up to at least try.
Like Giants with the chip away mentality. Cantillano not there in what Cantillano for the Gaithersburg Giants.
First outing and continues that is going to have to do it.
Joey Nicholson. Third base, first by Nicholson. It's deep into home run for Joey. 6 off the bat. But just like that, for the 7th, step away, a lot of action. Back here on the Gaithersburg Giants. Heated up here. Switch to Tom Huns. Sin cleared the went not in a the went not in a 2-0 zone on Maxi.
Bork has
Maxi gets his bat behind it with the advantage. Tom off the bat. So we head back to the top.
3 of his 4 2-plate appearances. 3 of his 4 2-plate appearances was hit by a
Really clipped
4 2-plate appearances was hit by a
really clipped him and again stop shakes our camera up.
was hit by a
Really clipped him and again stop shakes our camera up. Once again bounced into the or steps up to get in scoring position.
bat in the inning.
Or steps up to get in scoring position.
Bat in the inning.
Out so far this yard last night. Takes off. Out so far this yard last night. Takes off. It wasn't mine or your. Or finds himself in the mine or your. Or finds himself in the Deep Gomez. Not after. It's not just plenty of action. Not after. It's not just plenty of action here. Broadcast lot of damage done out to the field. damage done out to the field. Foul ball. A foul ball is the count.
But then a error
Is the count.
but then a error.
That at the plate. Out with strike 3.
Hudson Green.
Doherty now. Pitch almost in the exact same. Delivers this one. Does
Believe there was crop dusters
the zone. White gives him the.
and pretty much, but still
Delivers that one to 1 out already. Off to continue the app. Giants have come their jerseys and certainly they have. Jack White's running 2 outs. So in White, a little more vocal in his I got it.
no harm done. Out was any drawbacks.
Outs here so far. 1-0 with Sawyer McGathlin. 2-1's the had to watch the strike. Another I will load. Oh, run. Screw 3 against the South. Stay tuned to find out on the. On the bump for
Last two
last. He hopes to.
around to score after both.
Sure, it was all wooden and all to hopes to.
Around to score after both.
Sure, it was all wooden and all to a different spot. That one wooden and all to a different spot. That one Hollip to pull over. There he first that we different spot. That one Hollip to pull over. There he first that we've seen this season. We've seen this season on the 5th pitch this time around. Now on the 5th pitch this time around. Now
What the celebrate? What the celebrate?
with that Andrew Hollip Juneteenth game that
The fireworks here.
with that Andrew Hollip Juneteenth game that
The fireworks here tonight. Sill, saying it hit.
in the game that's Tom Bork's gonna throw.
Saying it hit.
In the game that's Tom Bork's gonna throw. Matt Kangas is happy. Diachara third. Kangas is happy. Diachara third.
Hit off. Hit off the.
Base runners to advance. Diachara
Hit off the.
base runners to advance. Diachara normally does and
The.
base runners to advance. Diachara normally does and paired. Normally does and paired. Balls first. Paired. Balls first. Is not in the balls first. Is not in the zone. Balls. Bunt called. Little made. Bunt called. Little made. Multiple bases loaded. We called. Little made. Multiple bases loaded. We've seen
Balls in.
little made. Multiple bases loaded. We've seen
Balls in the first.
multiple bases loaded. We've seen
Balls in the first nicely into gaps.
We've seen
Balls in the first nicely into gaps. On base was just last.
over Frank
On base was just last.
over Frank Kazenko's head. Warm up. Kazenko's head. Warm up. Broadcast network with time call network with time call up to bat for the night, but that was the Giants. 1-0 gets a bounce at this one in time. Was the Giants 1-0 gets a bounce at this one in time in the bottom of We're back on the Gaithersburg base. We're back on the Gaithersburg bases loaded after they got the defense going up. We've seen them defense going up. We've seen them new season low.
That
New season low.
that record.
Yeah, just at the top. So
Record.
yeah, just at the top. So out there, out there.
In the zone and no one.
It's hard to track to show.
In the zone and no one.
It's hard to track to show for one. If a pocket for one, if a pocket comes in, time it up. You also need the
Up in Bingham. The
comes in, time it up. You also need the
up in Bingham. The goal. The net.
zone.
Goal. The net.
Zone there. He's facing
To do in sports.
just 100 miles an hour. There. He's facing
To do in sports.
just 100 miles an hour. Says he's in the 1-2. Green says he's in the 1-2. Green sends it up and off it. Sends it up and off his shoulder. Get this ball for is called high.
Face the.
Sending it up and off his shoulder. Get this ball for is called high.
Face thus far.
His shoulder. Get this ball for is called high.
Face thus far. Colmeyer get away there.
One high, it's handled well. Base.
Get away there.
One high, it's handled well. Base. Will call time.
Gaithersburg. A 2-run blast.
Call time.
Gaithersburg. A 2-run blast. Only gonna have to.
One out, looking for the second. His dugout. Gomez in the cleanup.
Whipping in here in South.
Sent the pass. Oh, count.
At the plate now.
Ichiara. Green for ball 3. Losing the. Now finds the zone. One pitch away from getting that. Date on the count. New additions come.
Obviously he wants to
Pitch. Pitch away. He's got the 1 and looks like pitch away. He's got the 1 and looks like settles him. Base run. Base run. Deal heads out to Robin. Deal heads out to Robin. He slots in.
Represents the
Green.
It's the
Green. Zone. Action. Action in the Giants bullpen. Run game. In the Giants bullpen. Run game. Gulick. There was some hesitation. County Braves. County Braves. Wait, now the tying run.
great walks.
Is it from manager TJ Brock up run?
Great walks.
Is it from manager TJ Brock up the game? Even a pass 2-0 for the game. Even a pass 2-0 for Frank Azenka. Be ball 3 for Frank Azenka. Be ball 3. Coming. Green. Come across 4. Green. Come across 4 to mound. 4 to mound. As it a
Bethesda. So we'll see if
we have a as it a
Bethesda. So we'll see if
we have a show. Waited to see him head out there by take the mound. Position players we come. This is head out there by take the mound. Position players we come. This is exciting. It's exciting. And we'll give him a chance. For high 80s. This is not like the MLB. I could hear Gaithersburg. Oldman in the 0-2. Play at the plate. Nobody advances on the.
Babayev is gonna try and Babayev.
It's that one. Take the lead, and so that was again. Oh, there was Babayev. Getting used to that zone. That one taking the lead. Doherty inside caught Doherty. Inside caught Doherty. Is the count. Two outs for the Lavanga extend this lead in the strike zone. Lavanga extend this lead in the strike zone. 1-0. Love hook the lead with that one is
His glove up.
zone by Babayev. The velocity, David. Bases with ball 4. Time his Braves hold a
Started this in 7 of his.
Rudisil, so sure and Outen by Rudisil and count for group. One off the bat by Rudisil and count for group. One off the bat of group. Babayev continues to get in 2. Babayev continues to get in 2. Zach White. Trying to continue so far. High school. That makes the count. That pitch break. University. Quarter of a ball off the ball. But deciding
Just his
ball.
just his fourth appeared in one singular.
Both step.
Hill will likely just take.
They call strike like that. He has to return to the dugout. Changed in the Giants with a stranded
6-run
strike. Changed in the Giants with a stranded
6-run
strike. 84. This 1-2 gives bullpen. Gomez at the play. Will he walk? Babayev trying full count. So the runners tips. Another pinch. Another pinch hitter. This is the hitter.
and he came around to score.
Now a high ball. So time.
He came around to score.
Now a high ball. So time. Zanko's gonna bump down from. Normal outfielder today, and David. David this dugout and pitch. Pitch got a moment to go. Talk it over now. Adding some East. David, what do you have to say?
To this, so I mean, it's third of 5 in not a lot of days. Probably TJ Brockway anticipated
The meeting. It walked in. Hill. Batter's box. Of Nick Franco.
he was missing.
A tough situation. He warms up. Will step on the mound. Nate Houghton Henley out of the zone and
Is that he's
on the mound. Nate Houghton Henley out of the zone and
is that he's tried to
up into the zone. Pinch hitting.
for Alderman.
And checks back on South County control.
Yeah, now
Back on South County control.
yeah, now as we find the control. Base scores.
Back here, runs scored by the Braves. This in says it's low. Bound got their inning. 4. They got work to do. They scored 13 runs. Giants were hitting, they had the lead. They scored 13 runs. Giants were hitting, they had the lead.
That we knew backstop for
Pitch.
stop for
Pitch. Appears to be okay.
picked up there. Again, apologies.
Left after. Okay.
Picked up there. Again, apologies.
Left after.
Well,
The Brave. Low. It's Matt Holler. Defensive side facing Ryan. It's Matt Holler. Defensive side facing Ryan. Play. And
slides with that slide steps.
And
Slides with that slide steps.
from Maxie. Play at first. It's on third. Nicholson's not on third. Nicholson's not gonna have to. The at-bat not gonna have to. The at-bat time through the or deliver. The at-bat time through the or delivers one high. Time through the or delivers one high. Hello. Swing. At bat. Holler remains. Wilson to jump away from that one. Holler remains. Wilson to jump away from that one. And David, one of the allowed them to take out. And David, one of the allowed them to take out everything. I nailed to the.
I mean, and it's just boys.